Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of my YouTube channel. So this week I wanted to give a little market update for the month of August, talk about what's going on here in Dayton, nationwide, what's really happening with real estate market for buyers and sellers, and kind of just explain what that means for you both right now and down the road. So we're seeing interest rates really high right now. I think they're projected to go up to like 7.4 here in the next week or two, which is a very historic high. I don't think we've seen rates that high in like 20 years or something like that. So pretty high right now, higher than we're used to, higher than we've seen for years. Definitely a big adjustment, but that's just a consequence of what's going on right now with the economy and the market. Remember, the mortgage rates do not exactly follow what the Fed does. Part of what happens with mortgage rates are the benchmarks set by the Fed with lending rates and everything, but really the mortgage rates follow the 10-year Treasury bonds, which are also tied to what happens with the Fed. But the 10-year Treasury bonds keep going up, and as a result of inflation and just some slowing here and there. So as a result of that, you're seeing very high mortgage rates right now, and it's very unclear when we might see those go down. But if I had to guess personally, I would say not till next year is when we might see rates fall to a more reasonable level. So what that means is there's a lot of buyers who are priced out of the market right now. If you can weather this storm, if you can afford these rates, you have less competition right now in the market. But of course, on the other end of the equation, then we have less inventory right now as well. So many people got into a home when the rates were at the historic artificial lows, like in the 2s or 3s, that they're not really wanting to sell right now. Some are saying they even feel quote unquote trapped in their home because of the great rate they have, especially when you see what we have right now. It's very tough to justify listing your home and selling it and then moving into a new home and paying a higher rate and having a much higher monthly payment. So right now you're really only seeing people selling if they are needing to out of necessity for a job or moving or lifestyle change, or if they have another home already that they can get to without having to worry about going out onto this open market, which is tough right now because although there is less competition, there's also not much inventory. And when you do see a lower price home pop up, there's a ton of competition for it because of the folks who are being priced down to lower levels or just the lower affordability overall, which is where more people are going to be residing right now until rates start to decline. So not going to mince things. It's very tough right now, but it's not impossible either. This is where your realtor really earns their keep, earns their pay. It's not like a couple years ago when things were just flying off the shelves. They still do in some cases, especially the lower priced houses, but there's still some competition there, but it's taking a lot more work now for buyers and sellers to get homes moved. Some of those more expensive homes are staying on the market longer. I'm seeing price reductions on higher listed on homes with higher price listings just because there's less competition and more people available to purchase those sorts of homes right now. So overall, you're just seeing kind of a little stalemate with the economy and with the real estate market. Hopefully that will break here in the next couple months and into going into next year. It's impossible to really tell what's going on. If I had a crystal ball for such things, I'd be a day trader, right? Not a realtor. But overall, though, kind of things are just where they are right now, and that's kind of where they're going to stay. Just it's difficult right now, but this is where you need to talk to your realtor and your lender and talk about your different options, what you can do, and how you can still have your real estate needs taken care of in a market such as this. It's more difficult, but it's not impossible. Nothing's impossible, especially when it comes to real estate. There's always going to be buyers and sellers. It just requires a little bit more patience, a little more time, and a little more work. But that's all part of the game. I hope this was helpful. Hope this kind of gave you a little pulse of what's going on right now in the Dayton real estate market. We'll see what happens in the next few months with what's going on with the Fed, what's going on with the Treasury bonds, what's going on with the economy overall, how that will affect things. If things improve, you'll start to see more people feel comfortable with listing. If rates go down, you'll see more buyers come out of the woodwork, and you'll start to see a little bit more traction. We saw it for a little bit earlier this year, but we'll see what happens going into the next few months and into next year. So take care. I'll see you all next week. Take care.